close, Jeremiah Martin explains his development as a four-year player. Drew Hill, the Commercial Appeal. Nearly 2 months ago, Memphis basketball coach Penny Hardaway explained through a raspy voice what his first conference victory meant. "I'm soaking all of this in," Hardaway said after the Tigers' 85-74 win over Wichita State on Gen. 3. "I'm not taking anything for granted. We have great coaches in this league, and Gregg Marshall, you know what his history is and what his resume is about. So, to get a win over a guy like that, it feels good." 51 days later, with the Shockers now 6-7 in the AAC, nothing has changed for Hardaway. He still has tremendous respect for Marshall, who also granted Memphis freshman Alex Lomax a release from his letter of intent, and it's why he expects a much more difficult challenge when the Tigers travel to Charles Koch Arena Saturday. By photo 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 autoplay show thumbnails show caption /slide next slide. They have a culture that's been set by all the winning teams that they've had in the past, and this has been Marshall's toughest year in a long time, Hardaway said Wednesday. But he's found a way to win the last 4 out of 5. He still feels like he's right there. That same night, Marshall's team made it 5 wins out of its last 6, blasting Tulsa by 21 points on the road, a place where the Tigers were beaten handily. "It's going to be tough," Hardaway added, "because they play hard for him and they have that history of winning. There's no question who the most productive player in the AAC has been over the last month. That title belongs to Tigers senior Jeremiah Martin. But the Shockers have a superstar of their own, Marcus McDuffie, who averages the exact same points per game, 18.3, as Martin. McDuffie scored 19 points on 7 of 17 shooting in the first meeting. The Wichita State senior is averaging 17.6 points over the last month, and his team is 6-4 when the forward scores over 20 points. In the first matchup, Memphis forced 14 turnovers to race in front and hold a double-digit lead. Look for the Tigers to do the same Saturday and try to keep the ball out of McDuffie's hands. Getting to the free throw line and several early trips to the free throw line would be a positive sign for the Tigers, who outscored Wichita State 25-6 from the charity stripe in the first matchup. Wichita State has been the worst team in the AAC at drawing foul shots, a definite flaw because the Shockers boast the best free throw percentage of any team in the conference in league games, 76.4. Memphis is being fouled on 34.7% of its field goal attempts and has converted on 71% of its shots from the line. Unsurprisingly, Martin has been the Tigers' best player at drawing fouls, ranking in the top 40 in the nation in free throw attempts. First-round bye, staying in front while Memphis is still in the running for a first-round bye and a top 4 spot in the AAC tournament. Saturday's game is also a critical opportunity for Wichita State to continue its climb in the conference standings. The Shockers are 1.5 games behind the Tigers with 5 games to play, and Marshall's team closes against the bottom 4 teams in the league, UConn, SMU, AQ and Tulane. Memphis, 16-11, 8-6, is 5th in the conference standings, 1.5 games behind Temple and UCF, which are 9-4 in the AAC. Tiger basketball, Memphis basketball, Penny Hardaway still in search of NCAA tournament bid column. Jeremiah Martin is showing Penny Hardaway, Memphis basketball that anything is possible. Download the app. Get Memphis basketball news from the Commercial Appeal on your mobile device. Memphis at Wichita State Saturday at Charles Koch Arena. Tip, 7 p.m. TV, ESPN2 Radio, 600 WREC, Rock 103.